I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foss of Kyuujin Cosplay, and today is the 100th episode of Hunter x Hunter!
Yes.
Wow, wow.
It looks like the midway point or something, but then we're actually closer to the end than we've ever been before.
Yeah.
The end is in sight, sort of. We still have like 40 episodes to go. Or something.
48.
But right now let's focus on Meruem and his guards. What's going on in the last episode? What happened?
Yeah, people are trying to overthrow Netero from his position in the Hunter Association, you know.
That was news to us. Like, we didn't know a coup was in the works, but
and it pissed me off.
It did. So yeah, basically they are sending the hunters, you know, that would vote for the new chairman instead of the ones that are loyal to Netero, but that means that they're not sending strong hunters at all, and the chimeras can just run rampant, and the disaster that it creates will be put on Netero's shoulders. So that's not good. He seems to be aware, like we didn't see him, but from what we've heard, he seems to be aware of the consequences. He seems to be aware of how his reputation will take the hit. He's willing to sacrifice a lot for this because he understands that if you don't kill, you know, the few, you're gonna get the many killed.
Yeah, we understood that, but
there's still a limit.
Some people who could have still been saved because of that. You know?
Well, no, there's still a limit, but anyway, he seems to be willing to take that hit. So we'll see how it gets managed. That's even if he survives, because if he survives only, then the coup will matter. So we'll see.
Also, Knuckle and Short are trying to go after the cheetah.
Yes.
So we might have a fight this episode.
And the lion chimera, who is trying to basically sneak his way into the good favors of the guards, has been sent to deal with Killua. So it's martial law too. Like, they put the whole country under martial law. So there are military everywhere, soldiers marching everywhere, and people not trusting who might be, you know, trying to disrupt the peace. So Killua has a lot of stuff to deal with this episode,
but he's willing to face off the challenge.
Yeah, he's willing. So let's jump in this episode and see how he handles it.
All right, guys.
Let's go. Okay, so Killua is a badass. I love that he took care of that pin.
I didn't even think that maybe one of the chimera could have been a parasite and just possess a human body and use it to move. I thought for sure that was a chimera hand, because one of those who follow Leo, well, the lion, looks so much like a human, you don't even think that that's a chimera, but that's a chimera technically, so.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised at this point. You know, nothing can surprise me in Hunter x Hunter anymore. The amount of creativity that there is behind the power system is just that high. So abilities don't surprise me. I don't even try to make sense of them anymore, because I know they will make sense if it's just that good. But I don't try to put logic behind it, because I know it's logic is gonna be there, so I just enjoy it. So same with the host thing. It would make sense if you're a water chimera, and if you look like an octopus and you cannot go on land and be a threat, then you find an host and you make sure that your ability can work and that you can handle yourself when you're not in water. So against Killua, whether you're on land or in water could be a weakness for him, because his strength comes from, you know, reflexes, speed, strength, all of that.
I don't think he's gonna be able to
not in water.
Easily in water.
No, that's why he doesn't want to go in there, because if he goes in there, he's the prey to all these predators, and they're gonna be faster than him. So, I'm ready to see him kick some ass by just using his intellect. This is what he's doing right now. Just he's that good at making up something, you know, a plan, an escape, a strategy on the fly, and he's not above hurting himself in order to, you know, find some information. We know that. We've seen him do this before. It's never something that I enjoyed watching him do, because it means he's gonna suffer, and it's a mentality that technically, well, okay, if you're a fighter, if you're a hunter, and you're in a crisis and you cannot avoid being hurt, it's good to have control over your own pain and, you know, your own way of coping with it, because then you can stay sharp, stay focused, and pain is not going to bother you. And sometimes if it's the only way for you to go forward, I'm like, at least he's willing to do it. But no child should ever have this this mentality. Yeah. So basically, yeah, he suffers and I don't like it. But he is badass and he kicks some ass, and he suffered this episode, but then he also killed a lot of chimeras and he stayed on top of them. He's just that cool. And now he's using the actual tentacles of the octopus to stay above water, which is pretty fine. Next episode is going to be epic, so I'm ready for that. And I'm glad that they attacked Killua and not like Gon or anything. Not that Gon would not be able to, you know, fight them, but sometimes strategy wins over strength. And not that Gon doesn't think, because he's been thinking a lot more recently, but he still has more strength than brains. You know, when it comes to Killua, he's got kind of both. So, but strategy, Killua is in his head a lot. You know, he thinks a lot about what to do next. Whereas Gon, he's gonna think about what to do next, but he's gonna fight more than think. So sometimes when strategy matters more, I'm glad that it's Killua who's facing them. So the last fight with Gon was about strategy too, but Killua is just better at it. So yeah.
You know what? In a way, I was kind of even that Killua didn't calculate the right position from the flea bullet.
Which is cool. It's that.
You know, it's a lucky fact that he's quick enough to avoid the bullet with 57 centimeters range with his hand.
His weakness works well with his strength.
He got lucky with that.
Well, I don't think it's luck. Like, I think, you know, he's good enough to realize what his weaknesses are and work on everything else in order to overcome that weakness. That's how you become a good fighter. If you don't know your own weaknesses, that's a huge weakness to begin with. You know, you need to know your weaknesses and your limits when you go into a fight, because your enemy is going to look for that weakness and your limits, and he's going to try to exploit them. So if you know them, you can try to avoid them. Slither around, you know, the whole thing, and make up a strategy that doesn't rely on your weakness. In this case, it did rely on his weakness, but he was aware of it. You know, he was aware of you know, his ability, and he took that hit in order to pinpoint where the sniper was, which was intelligent. Sad, but intelligent. But yeah, I'm sad that the cheetah didn't get to fight Knuckle, and Knuckle didn't get to fight the cheetah.
Maybe not this time, maybe in the next one.
I'm surprised also that, you know, the plan seems to be for the lion to get as many allies as possible, get as many people who owe him something, so that when he when he overcomes the king...
He's gonna have backups?
He thinks he's gonna, you know, manage to destroy the king and his guards and get, you know, the throne. Or maybe he wants to swipe the throne once the king gets dealt with by the hunters. In any case, I'm not sure it's going to work, but he's working towards that, and no one is phased. No one, you know, believes he's actually an ally, so that's funny. But I thought the plan was for them to, well, deal with Killua. I would assume taking him back to the palace would be a better, you know, opportunity, since he's a hunter, obviously, with Nen, and the king would like that. But if they cannot take him alive, killing him is a good thing. But then I would also assume if killing him is the job, that the lion would like to do it. So I'm surprised that his followers are so intense with killing him.
I'm not surprised that the lion is not the one who tried to dirty his hands. You know, that's not.
Well, he wants but the plan
from what I saw of him.
That's not his type. I think that's exactly his type. He was saying, you know, your job is to try to guess what his abilities are, and he's gonna prepare a trap for Killua, and then Chitu is gonna come back, and they're gonna take care of him. But so I'm guessing he's planning something. Maybe he knew that Killua was strong enough to survive this, and the plan is just to weaken him. Okay. Maybe this is the plan, and he's supposed to just swipe in and get the reward at the end of it. But I don't know, like, I would assume that he would want to be the one to kill Killua in order to gain the guard's trust. That's how I would do it. So
Maybe.
if the guards are decide not the guards, but if his followers decide to do the job themselves, well, they're just gonna die for it.
But it's true that maybe by sending his guards, he expect them maybe to die and just learn about Killua's strength at the end.
Oh, that's what they said they were supposed to do. Learn about his abilities. And he gets that right away, which is pretty cool. So he's not going to show them. But he still needs to take care of the water chimeras. And then he needs to get out and deal with the lion and the cheetah who's going to come back.
It also tells you a lot about the lion chimera that he's just sending his own soldier as food
Well, he's a lion. If you think about it, the lions are not the ones that hunt.
Yeah.
I'm saying he doesn't seem like the type to send people to fight for him because of this temperament. But it's true that if we think about the lion side of him...
I mean that he's sending them and they're gonna die fighting Killua because I'm pretty sure that he knows that they're gonna die against
him. What's
him.
the point of losing your supporters if the plan is to eventually become king?
Well, if he wants to learn about his abilities, to know how he works,
who's gonna tell him if they all die?
You got one who can see everything in the sky.
True. This one needs to be dealt with. But like when it comes to fighting, though, it's true that lions typically don't fight. They don't hunt. It's the lioness that go and hunt. So in that fashion, yes, it works that he would send people to do his work for him. But then I don't know. Maybe it's his personality or his ambition. But I don't think he'd be the one to just leave the fight to his supporters and not swipe in at the end. We'll see what his plan is. I'm pretty sure Killua is going to survive, but because like I said, if his plan is to go out against Neferpito, he needs to defeat them.
Right now he's in a bad position because he's hurt a lot and he's still bleeding.
Yeah, but it's Killua. He can manage.
Yeah, but needs to find a way to stop the bleeding.
He can manage. He can manage. I will trust this guy. I will trust him. He's not going to go down fighting, soldiers. So I trust this fight is going to go well. It might leave him wounded. It might leave him weak. But I do trust he's going to survive this. How? That's the badass part of the next episode, maybe. And now we also got to deal with the chameleon, who apparently wants an ally to fight the king.
Technically, we already got Colt as an ally.
Yeah, but it depends on
what he wants.
We
might have another one, but yeah.
Colt is okay with being an ally in order for him and the little baby to, be left alone and safe. So that's good. But then the chameleon, what does he want? As far as we know, the other chimeras who've been wanting to go against the king want to go against the king because they want to take his throne. I don't remember what we said about the chameleon before, but I think I do remember us thinking he was one of the chill ones. He didn't seem to want to kill as many as others, and he was staying back a lot, and we didn't think anything about this guy other than he's not an ultimate bad guy. So I don't know if he wants to overtake the king because it would put it assure his safety. Because as long as the king is around, you're not safe. He killed his own, his own brethren. He ate chimeras and stuff. Like he's not safe, and you don't want him on the throne. So then the lion wants to to take the throne from him. Maybe the chameleon just wants to take him to destroy him in order to be safe. To have a safe future or secure a future. Maybe he wants the throne too, but I don't know. I don't get that vibe from him. So we'll see. We'll see. And the thing is, he actually picked the right hunter to propose an alliance with. So
yeah,
Gon is all
unless
right.
he says something bad, that will be a huge mistake.
Well, Gon was okay. He makes sure not to kill the chimeras. He even the ones he fought before, like he sent one away to NGL, and he was like, "Fly all the way to NGL. Like I sent you in the right direction. So don't come back." And when he fought with Kite and Killua, he was also making sure not to, unless he didn't have a choice. Like, he didn't want to kill the chimeras. He wanted to give them a chance. And then Kite was like, sometimes, you can't rely on that. But it's still gone. It's still gone. I'm pretty sure that if the chameleon seems trustworthy, Gon will be open to dialogue. So we'll see. He picked the right hunter. So we'll see how that conversation goes.
All right.
Oh, good episodes. I'm excited for the next episode and the next fight. So, yeah. I'm always excited for Killua's fights. He's just that good. It's the Sasuke of Hunter x Hunter.
Wasn't it Kurapika?
It's Kurapika I'm pretty sure Kurapika inspired a lot of Sasuke's storyline, obviously. But when it comes to character and abilities, I feel like Killua reminds me more of Sasuke or Kakashi if you think about it.
Yeah, more Kakashi when he was younger, yeah.
Well, yeah, but so still, it's just like it was intense for me to watch Sasuke fight in Naruto. It's intense for us to watch Killua fight here. He's got skills, and he is badass. It looks great.
True.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already, or it will be very soon. The link is in the description below. Check it out.
And if you don't, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week, guys. So
Yes.
see you in 7 days.
Bye.